by TJ Kino, Fritz Gregory, and Gregory Whitfield. And now here's your starting lineup for your Western Nebraska Pioneers. First, the third baseman for each community college, number 4, and Blanco. Batting second, at second base from the University of Colorado Springs, number 26, Bryce Peterson. In center field, batting third, from Fresno State University, number 31, Tyler Hotline. And right field, batting fourth, from Highland Community College, number 5, Luis Quintero. At shortstop, batting fifth, from Fresno State University, number 11, Michael Pickett. Behind the plate, batting sixth from Concordia University, number 27, Jake Watson. Designated hitter, batting seventh from Williams University, number 15, Ben Kern. At first base, batting eighth from St. Bonaventure University, number 21, Chris Benito. Left field, batting ninth from Plano Vista College, number 2, Brandon Jenkins. And starting on the bus tonight for your Pioneers in Gm1 from Western Nebraska Community College, number 29, Rocco Harmon. Your Pioneers are led by first-year Pioneers coach Easton Babe, who's assisted by Mike Babe.
Welcome back to the High Plains Sports and Recreation pregame show as the Boulder 64's come to town to take on the Western Nebraska Pioneers. As just about ready to get things going here, talk a little more about the game back on, that would have been Wednesday, that game at bright and early at 11 a.m., kind of a coffee and donut type of game. Some people might use that phrase. But the thing with the Pioneers in yesterday's ball game, lot of offense, a lot of walks drawn was the main thing, and that's really kind of what set them apart. I mean, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 walks drawn in that game. That second game against the Greeley Grays. Of course, Tyler Antwine with a big game, home run, grand slam. He went 3 for 5 in that game. Just a lot. Just a big performance, and that's exactly what the Pioneers need to see tonight if they want to get things going. I mean, this Boulder 64 squad, they're no slouch. 5-0 to start the year is Boulder, and in order to be able to attack them, I think it's all about jumping on them early, and especially in games like this. Before the season started, for opening night, it was supposed to be a doubleheader against the Spradley Collegians down in Pueblo for the Pioneers. Of course, that game, with the weather and everything else that happened, turned into just a standard 9-inning game. But there was a lot that went into that, and I talked to Easton Babe about, how different a doubleheader is compared to a 7-inning doubleheader series. How different is that compared to just a regular 9-inning game? And he said there's a bit that's different, especially how quickly a 7-inning game can get over with. You only have 7 innings. You have 2 less innings to work with. So if you jump out to that lead early, that is going to be very crucial for how you attack certain things in this ball game. Versus you don't have that 8th and 9th inning to use in order to kind of use that to get ground back. You have 2 full innings of baseball taken away from you because of that. So that's going to be a big part in the strategy tonight for both sides. Got to attack early. Got to get things going early. As everyone's breaking off, we'll have one more break coming on for you as we'll go ahead and take another break. You're watching Pioneer Baseball over on the Front Range League Network and listening to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show here on KNEB. We'll be back.
and gentlemen, this time, if you're able, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats. What is the playing of our national anthem?
Quick segment here as national anthem being played. It's going to be a good game between these Boulder 64 and Western Nebraska Pioneers. When we come back, it'll be lineups and first pitch coming your way next. You're watching on the Front Range League YouTube channel and listening to the Front Range Spas and High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show. When we come back for top of the first inning action coming your way next. We'll be back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention down the field by the Pirates dugout where we have Hayden to start us off.
All right, I'm nearest Hayden to start us off. All right, you everybody want to play ball. Back to you, Bill.
All right, great job, Hayden. That's the answer you've all been waiting for. Let's play some Pirates baseball. Today's umpire is brought to you by Bell Island Law Office. Tony Hopper will be behind the plate and Kyle Higley on the bases.
Top half of inning number one, ready to get going. And with that, we'll give you the starting lineup for the visiting Boulder 64's. C.J. Trask making his way to the batter's box. He'll be over at second base today. Jack Gardner is batting second. He's in center field as the first pitch from Rocco Harmon's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Jackson Bryant is batting third. He's over at third base. Xavier Farnham will be batting fourth. He's doing the catching. Batting fifth in right field is Mason Graham. 1-0 swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Luke Burley is in the sixth spot. He's over at first base today. Cale Hamrick batting sixth at shortstop for Boulder. Batting seventh for the 64's will be the left fielder Charlie Langford. And last but not least, doing the DHing in the ninth spot, Adam Mosier for the Boulder 64's. Man on the mound for the Pioneers is Rocco Harmon. As the next pitch to him, got him looking, strike three called. C.J. Trask goes down on strikes to begin the ball game, and there's quickly one gone in the top half of inning number one. Harmon is from Fort Collins, Colorado. Plays his college ball right here at Western Nebraska for WNCC, the Cougars. As with the looking strikeout, Jack Gardner will be the next to hit. First pitch swung on, fouled back, 0-1. Gardner readies. Harmon making his first appearance for the Pioneers this year as the next pitch is swung on, gloved by Harmon. Throw underhand flip to the first baseman is in time for the second out. Nice play there, as with 2 gone, we'll give you the defensive alignment for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. They'll look like this. Pioneers look like this defensively. In left field, it's Brandon Jenkins. Center field belongs to Tyler Antwine. Luis Quintero gets the start in right field. Kevin Blanco manning the hot corner at third base. Michael Pickett making his first appearance this year as well. He's at shortstop as the first pitch to Jackson Bryant misses high for a ball, 1-0. Bryce Peterson has yet to miss a game. He is starting at second base. Ashton Pinedo is at first and behind the plate making the catching. Last second change to the lineup as the next pitch swung on and missed. Jake Watson behind the plate. It was originally going to be Cooper Gorecki behind the plate, but a change about an hour prior to first pitch results in Jake Watson being behind the plate instead as the next pitch is swung on and fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes here to the 64's third baseman. Jackson Bryant digging in here. He's from Aurora, Colorado. Attends Missouri Western. 1-2 from Harmon. Bounces to the plate. Can't get Bryant to chase. It's 2-2 now. Harmon still ahead here. Still has a pitch to play with as Bryant backs out of the box. No special defense being shown here against Bryant. As the 2-2 swing and a miss. Nice job on the off speed from Harmon. And there is out number 3. Couple of strikeouts in this one in the top half of inning number 1 for Rocco Harmon. We'll take a break. Pioneers will get their first chance with the sticks when we come back. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Front Range League Network, and you're listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. We'll be back.
All right, fans, I'm here with. And he's our contestant for today's Nebraska Lottery Scratch Off. But we're going to change it up, and he's going to have to answer your question first. So, Jess, how many years has the Pioneers been playing? 8. Looks like we have a winner. So he's going to win 8 scratch-off tickets to the Nebraska Lottery. And if one of our Pioneers scores a home run over the Nebraska Lottery sign, he'll win 10 more. How do you feel about that? Happy. Good. Hopefully you win. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you, Bailey, and congratulations to our winner. We'd like to thank the Nebraska Lottery for their continued support of our Western Nebraska Pioneers. And thank you to the Nebraska Lottery ticket at those stores in our town for a chance to win big.
Back here at Oregon Trail Park, Pioneers getting ready for their first chance to hit as the 64's looking to do exactly what they did. Looking to do exactly what happened to them in the top half of the inning. Recent trends show that has been happening recently with the Pioneers. They get started slow, and as I talked about in the pregame, that's not something you want to do here in a seven inning game. There's a lot less time for you to work with. Give you the starting lineup for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. They will look like this. Batting first and playing over at third base is Kevin Blanco. Batting second at second base is Bryce Peterson. Tyler Antwine in the 3 spot. He's in center field. Batting in the cleanup spot out in right field is Luis Quintero. Michael Pickett making his first appearance for the Pioneers. He is batting fifth, and he's over at shortstop. Batting sixth and doing the catching will be Jake Watson. Batting seventh and doing the DHing is Ben Kern. Ashton Pinedo is batting eighth, and he's over at first. And last but not least, batting ninth, playing out in left field, will be Brandon Jenkins. Looks to be Easton Babe looks to be going for that speed at the bottom of the lineup approach. As Kevin Blanco takes a look at the first pitch on the inner black for a strike, it's 0-1. Boulder in their road grays with Boulder across the chest, black numbers. Boulder's in black. Next pitch misses up and away. They have the 64's logo on their left sleeve and a black and blue stripe, black and light blue stripe on their right sleeve. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Blanco as he swings and hits one in the air to left. Going over on it is Langford. He will put it away for the out, and there is 1 gone. 1 gone in the inning. We'll give you the defensive alignment for the 64s. They'll look like this. You just heard him make that catch. Charlie Langford gets the start out in left. Center field belongs to Jack Gardner. Right fielder for tonight is going to be Mason Griffin. Third base, Jackson Bryant. Shortstop is Cale Hamrick. Batting is, and the second baseman will be C.J. Trask as Bryce Peterson swings at the first pitch he sees in the air to center. Gardner goes back on it. He didn't have to move much, and there's 2 gone. So we've had a fly out to the left fielder, a fly out to the center fielder. Is the right fielder going to get involved? We'll see. Back to the defensive alignment for the 64s. Left off first base is Luke Burley, and behind the plate doing the catching is Xavier Varnum. So first 2 guys go down for the Pioneers. Tyler Antwine will be the next to hit as he takes a look at the first pitch up and in. That's a ball, 1-0. Antwine in his senior year of high school, he got redshirted this past year at Fresno State, but it's in his senior year at high school, he hit .433 and had 8 home runs in high school as the next pitch to him misses high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Hitters count all the way for the hot bat of Tyler Antwine. As he swings, curveball looked to stay in the zone. Antwine, I don't think, was expecting it to catch as much of the zone as it did as he shoots it foul. Antwine still ahead here. Big pitch here. Man on the mound for the Boulder 64s is Jansen Polanski. As Polanski deals in the 2-1. That misses outside, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. Man on deck, should Antwine get on, is Luis Quintero. Big pitch here. Antwine swings, hits one in the air to left. Langford waits, didn't have to move much, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. So just like the 64s did in the top half, the Pioneers will go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom half of inning number 1. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. We'll be back.
Father's Day, and it's special Olympics Day in the ballpark. The Pioneers will be wearing special Christmas Day game to celebrate special Olympics athletes in our area. These jerseys will be auctioned with persons joining our local Olympics competition. You'll see signs around the park now with the QR code with state and bid. The Saturday World Jersey support Special Olympics here in Western Nebraska. The auction ends during next Sunday bidding, and winners will be notified by email if we plan an event. We'd like to thank Picture Century Equipment for their support of Special Olympics and for providing the jerseys for our players to wear. We'd also like to thank Rancho Viejo for feeding our players. Let's hear it for Rancho Viejo.
Top half of inning number 2 ready to get underway here in Oregon Trail Park. As the 64s went 3 up, 3 down in their first try. Rocco Harmon on the mound, trying to make it 6 up, 6 down. Let's see what he can. We'll see what he can do as Xavier Farnham will be the first to greet him. First pitch catches the outside part of the play for a strike. It's 0-1. Farnham from Alpine, California. One of the few not from the Front Range area. As the next pitch misses high. He's from Alpine, California, attends San Diego State. Got a lot of Mountain West here on this ball field right now. 1-1 catches Farnham right in the back. So he'll go to first. That's the first base runner for either side. And it's 1 on and nobody out here for the 64's. 2 guys on either team attend a Mountain West school, or at least currently a Mountain West school, as Xavier Farnham, just mentioned him. Also, Easton Miller as the first pitch to Mason Griffin misses for a ball, 1-0. Easton Miller for the 64's, who's from Fort Collins, attends Air Force. As the throw to first, not quite in time, got away from Blanco as well. Couldn't quite get him there. And of course, Tyler Antwine attends Fresno State, but also Michael Pickett will be attending Fresno State next year as the check on the runner over at first. Got to get that tag down quicker if you're Blanco. That was a good pickoff move by Harmon. And Farnham, he didn't dive back all that fast. 1-0 swing and a miss. Good fastball there by Harmon as Griffin swings right through it. It's 1-1. One ball and a strike. Check on the runner. He'll dive back as kind of bluffed over towards second. Did a little bit of a shimmy. 1-1 swing and a miss, and now it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes here to the 64's right fielder. Another check on the runner, another dive back safely. Griffin from Fort Collins. He will be playing college ball for the University of Northern Colorado as the next pitch. Looked good, just missed on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the top half of inning number 2. Also no score. No hits either. Still waiting for a lot of our firsts here. 2-2. Up and away, and now it's full 3-2. Griffin, as mentioned, he'll be attending Northern Colorado. Just finished up his senior year at Fossil Ridge High School down in Fort Collins. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back. We'll try it again. Full count. Nothing special being shown by the defense for Griffin here. Just playing him straight up. Center fielder shaded a little bit to his right. Home plate's left, and that one's going to get into center field, into shallow center for a base knock. First hit of the game for the 64's. And now it's 2 on and nobody out as Luke Burley will be the next to hit. Say, folks, summer 2025 is the inaugural season of Front Range League Collegiate Baseball. Summer wood bat baseball played along the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and Nebraska. Visit frontrange.league.com for schedules, standings, stats, and more. As the first pitch that Luke Burley sees is shot straight back up the middle to center field. And another single here for Luke for the 64's. 3 straight base runners, 2 back-to-back hits, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded here with nobody out. So 3 straight guys on base for the 64s, as next to hit will be Cale Hamerick. As the first pitch to him is right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Be nice to roll one up here as Harmon will step off here. Trying to get exactly what he wants to see here. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Up and away for a ball. 1-1 now. '64's 5-0 to begin the year, and they're showing why. 3 straight base runners. 1-1 swung on, hit down the right field line. That'll get plenty foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. 1-2 the count here, trying to get the first out of the inning. Harmon taking his time. Here comes the pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 called, and there's one gone here in the top half of inning number 2. So the third strikeout already here for Rocco Harmon puts 1 out in the top half of the second. As next to hit for Boulder will be Charlie Langford. He's first pitch swinging down the right field side. It'll get foul. 0-1. Langford is from Fort Morgan, Colorado, and attends Colby Community College in Kansas. 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Evened up at 1-1 here for the 64s. As the next pitch swung on, hit down the right field line again. Quintero giving chase. He's still running after it, and it will get out of play. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here. As Langford coming in today, he's hitting 167. He's got a 286 on base, no home runs, and 1 driven in. He's in a golden opportunity here for an RBI. 1-2, bounces to the plate, able to lay off of that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2-2. Next pitch on its way. Missed outside. Good try behind the dish by Watson. He looked to try and frame it as he caught it on the outside part of the plate and immediately snapped his wrist back towards the middle. Not fooling the home plate umpire on that one. 2-2. 3-2, I should say. Payoff pitch coming. We'll try it again as it will get fouled towards the first base side. Another full count opportunity here. As it's Xavier Farnham on third, Mason Griffin on second, and Luke Burley on first. 3-2 one more time is hit back foul, and we'll do it one more time. Jackson McFarland running out to give the home plate umpire a refill. He is not in the lineup for game 1, but I believe, I have to double check on that, he might be in the lineup for game 2. But still not sure on that. Payoff pitch. Just missed on the outside corner, and he'll walk in a run as it's the second RBI of the year for Charlie Langford. As they strike first here, 1-0 in the top of the second in favor of the Boulder 64's. Next to hit for the 64's will be the designated hitter, Adam Mosier. As the first pitch to him misses for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0 to Mosier on the outer black for a strike. 1-1. Good pitch there by Mosier. Good pitch there by Harmon, excuse me. Here comes the 1-1. Stays high, and now it's 2-1. Still only one out here in the top half of the second. Bases still loaded, and 1 run home for Boulder here. Here comes the 2-1. Outside, 3-1 now. Third base coach coming over, giving Mosier some advice, probably telling him to just stay. Probably just telling him to look for his pitch here. If it's over the middle, swing and hit it. As he swings at this one and pops it up towards the mound, Blanco's going to call everyone off, and he's going to drop it. Hits off of his glove. The bases are loaded, but the infield fly was called. So Adam Mosier will be out. There's 2 gone in the inning off of the infield fly, and the bases will stay loaded here. No one came in to score, as there's 2 gone here in the inning. Next pitch swung on, hit on the ground to second. Peterson has a little bit of trouble with it, and everyone's going to be safe. He knocked it down with his glove, didn't get it into his glove, and it's an infield single. We'll see if they call it an error or a hit. As Jack Gardner will be the next to hit. First pitch swung on and fouled back. I believe it's Jack Gardner at the plate. Yep, it is Jack Gardner as he fouls it over. 0-1. 3-0 already here in the top half of the second. 2 outs here. As the 0-1 in there for a strike, and now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Swung on, hit towards short. Shortstop goes, knocks it down. Throw to third will be in time for the force, and that will end the inning. 64's get 3 across as we'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. 3-0 in favor of Boulder. Pioneers will look to answer. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park, as the Boulder 64's were able to strike first. As in the top half of inning number 2, they got 3 runs across to score. And now it's going to be on the Pioneers to answer. as Luis Quintero will be the next to hit. It'll be the middle third of the order. For the Pioneers, as Quintero first pitch swinging on the ground to short. Hammerick's got it. Throw to first is in time, and there's one gone. So quickly, one out here in the bottom half of the second, as Michael Pickett will be next to hit. As Pickett, first pitch swinging, hits it foul. He's down 0-1. Pickett, just mentioned him earlier, making his first appearance here for the Pioneers. Just graduated high school. As he evens up the count here at 1-1. One ball, one strike here to Pickett as he takes a look at the next pitch, up and in for a ball. 2-1 the count now. Just finished up high school baseball out in Fremont, California, where he hit .378, and he gets his career started off with a base knock, hitting 1,000 for the Pios to start things out. As Pickett hits one into left field for a single. First hit, first base runner for Western Nebraska. There's 1-on-1 gone here for Jake Watson. Next to hit here again is Jake Watson, as Watson takes a look at the off speed that floats into the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Again, we're playing a doubleheader here today. If you're just joining us, this is the first game of the doubleheader. Pioneers down 3-0. 9 innings. Or how long 7 innings. I just said 9. 7 innings are how long the doubleheaders are, as back-to-back pickoff attempts to check on Pickett. He'll dive back safely. No balls and a strike. Here's the next pitch here. Next pitch catches the outer black for a strike. It's 0-2. Watson quickly down here, 0-2. As he has struggled a little bit to start the year, as he knocks one foul. He'll stay at 0-2. Hitting 182, 250 on base. He's gotten an RBI so far this season. No balls, 2 strikes, only 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Another check on Pickett, another dive back safely. No balls, 2 strikes. Watson trying to work out of this hole as he swings and hits one down the left field line. It'll get plenty foul, and we'll try again. I just never mentioned the Pioneers' home uniforms. Talked about the Boulder uniforms, and they're in all gray. Black numbers, black lettering. Pioneers in their home whites, trimmed in red and white. Pioneers across the chest, that's trimmed in white. Pioneers red lettering, red numbers. They also have number on the front of their jersey on the bottom right part of the jersey. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-0. Had it as 3-0. Apologize. 2-0 currently here. As the next pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right. Going back on it is the right fielder, and it's going to land just foul. Pickett was already to the third before the right fielder even got there. As Watson's going to have to come back. Hit it pretty good. Hit it about 300 feet down the line. Just foul. And it's 320 down the lines here at Oregon Trail Park. 320 down both lines, 362 to left and right center, and 385 dead center. 0-2. Stays high, and now it is 1-2. There's one out here in the inning. Ball and 2 strikes here to the Pioneer catcher. As he swings and misses at that one, and there's 2 gone. First strikeout for Jansen Blansky from Fort Collins. He's from Fort Collins, attends Regis. Second out of the inning, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ben Kern. First pitch misses low for a ball. Throw behind the runner results in Pickett being able to dive back safely. Kern ahead on the count here. It's 1-0. 1-0 stays outside. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Comes the next pitch. Kern swings, hits one in the air to center. Gardner coming in on it, and he will put it away for out number 3. Pioneers get their first hit, but their first run's going to have to wait. We'll go to the top half of inning number 3. Your score here at Oregon Trail Park. It is the 64's 2 and the Pioneers 0. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Eight hitters came to the plate for the 64's. Only 2 were able to come in to score, as the Pioneers were able to leave them loaded after 2 runs came in to score. As next to hit, Jackson Bryant, the only man who didn't get to hit in that second inning. 3, 4, 5 guys due up here for the 64's. Bryant, first pitch swinging high and deep down the right field side, but it's going to get out of play, and it's 0-1. Bryant struck out swinging in his first try. Was the final out to send him 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit down the right field line. Quintero tracking. It looks like it'll get foul, and it does get foul. It was a little closer than Watson's foul ball in the bottom of the second. If it hits any part of the white, it's a fair ball. Missed everything. 0-2. Again, 3, 4, 5 guys due up here for Boulder. Jackson Bryant, Xavier Farnham, and Mason Griffin. Next pitch, fastball swung on, hit towards the third base side. Blanco has a little trouble with it, and that will result in an error. Again, the Pioneers are not able to control the baseball. They're knocking them down, but they can't get a good grip on it to throw it. You saw that with Bryce Peterson earlier, as they officially called it an error. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that one for Bryce Peterson, and also Blanco has been charged with 2 errors. He should only have 1, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. As while yes, Blanco did drop a pop-up that would. He dropped a pop-up that eventually ended in a infield fly, so he still got the out. Should not have been hit with an error for that. As a swing and miss on the next pitch results in an 0-2 count here to Xavier Farnham. Check on the first baseman, and that one's going to get away as it's going to rattle up against the wall. Gets into shallow right. Everyone's telling him to go 3. Throw to third is not going to be in time, although it was a close play. Good throw over there. Didn't quite get a good look at who threw it. I believe it was Bryce Peterson who threw that. Nice throw from across the diamond. Just couldn't get the tag down in time. So from a man on first with nobody out, it's now a man on third with nobody out here, as an E1 will be applied on the pickoff. Next pitch popped up, it'll get foul. No balls and 2 strikes here to Xavier Farnham. No balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and hit back foul. We'll try it again at 0-2. Pioneers have gotten into a bit of trouble here these past couple of innings. They were able to scrape on by when you have bases loaded with nobody out. Pretty fortunate if you're able to get out of it with 2 strikes, with 2 runs across. As the next pitch misses, couldn't get him to chase. It's a ball and 2 strikes. But you're pretty fortunate if you only allow 2 runs off of bases loaded and nobody out. So they can work themselves out of the trouble. As the 1-2 hit on the ground to short. Throw to first will be in time. Good job by Pickett to get the out, but another run does come in to score here for Boulder, as that'll put the score at 3-0 in favor of the 64's. So Jackson Bryant in to score off of the ground out. As next to hit with nobody on and 1 out, Mason Griffin up here for the 64's as he takes a look at the first pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have got a piece of it. 1-1. Griffin comes in today. He's played in 4 games. Hits a .167 with a .333 on base. No home runs and an RBI. As the next pitch is a fastball that misses up. 2-1. His strikeout to walk ratio, two walks, 2 strikes. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for him this year so far. As the 2-1 bounces to the plate, 3-1. some stats for the man on the mound, Rocco Harmon. As the next pitch is swung on, hitting air to right. Going back on it is Quintero. He's looking up, and it is gone. Home run for the 64's. Mason Griffin puts one over the right center field fence, and now it is a 4-0 deficit here for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Mentioned he was hitting a $167, and that'll break you out of a slump. He's already 2 for 2 today. Luke Burley next to hit here for Western Nebraska. As the first pitch is a fastball on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. Say, folks, next Saturday is our annual Bark in the Park event presented by Robinson Electric. Dress your dog and attend the game with your best friend. As the next pitch is a strike, 0-2. Dress up your dog and attend the game with your best friend. We'll award prizes for the best dressed dog, have a dog parade before our game against the NOCO Prospectors. And the first 100 fans through the gates will get a special tote bag courtesy of Robinson Electric. It's also National Dog Dad Day, so we'll honor a dog dad at the game as well. That's Saturday, June 14th at 6:35 here with the Pioneers. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Burley as he takes a look at another pitch. So from 0-2, he's now worked it even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harmon still ahead here. Harmon made 13 appearances for Western Nebraska Community College as he gets a swing and miss that time. Already the 4th strikeout for Harmon, and there's 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 3. Harmon, as mentioned, he plays his college ball right here in Nebraska, over in Scotts Bluff. 13 games, 12 starts. He had a 6-6 record, 59 in the 3rd innings, 53 strikeouts, and 34 walks for him this past spring. 2 outs in the inning. Next to hit will be Cale Hamrick. First pitch to him misses high for a ball, 1-0. He struck out looking in his first AB. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Harmon. Floats in there for a strike. Gets 1-1. Hamrick is from Sheridan, Wyoming. Attends Hutchinson Community College in Kansas. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now here to Hamrick. Harmon looking for his 5th strikeout here in 3 innings. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. 5th strikeout for Rocco Harmon as we've played 2.5 innings. 2 runs into score in the inning for the Boulder 64's. On the West Coast scoreboard, it's the 64's 4 and the Pioneers nothing. We'll take a break. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network, and you're listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park. Bottom half of inning number 3. Time already kind of becoming a factor here. As mentioned, this is a doubleheader, so it's only 7 innings this game. 4-0, down 4-0 in the third. Gonna start sweating a little bit if you're the Pioneers, as the first pitch to Ashton Pinedo misses for a catches the zone, hits the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 breaker popped foul. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here. 8, 9, and 1 guys due up for Western Nebraska. 0-2 swung on and hit up the first base line. Fielded by Burley, and he will take it himself for the out, and there's 1 gone. One out of the inning, and next to hit will be Brandon Jenkins. As the 64's will be making their 3rd time through the order in the next inning. Next pitch, first pitch to Jenkins misses low. After this batter, it will now be only just the first time through the order for the Pioneers. One ball, no strikes here to Jenkins as he swings and misses. Big hack at that one. Swung right over it. Good off speed that time from Planansky. Excuse me. Jensen Planansky. Get going here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Planansky, he's looking for strikeout number 2 in this ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out already here in the inning as the next pitch up and into Jenkins as he'll back off. Jenkins attends Buena Vista University. His major, rehab health sciences. Swing and a miss, and there's 2 gone. Second strikeout, as mentioned, for the 64's. As next to hit for Western Nebraska will be Kevin Blanco, top of the order coming up here. As now this is the 2nd time through the order for Western Nebraska. First pitch misses low, 1-0. Kevin Blanco from La Guaira, Venezuela. One of 3 guys from Venezuela, also one of 2 guys from La Guaira. As the next pitch catches the top of the zone, called a strike. Blanco says, "Is that as high as you're going?" I guess we'll find out. Blanco comes into this game. He's hitting .353 with a .421 on base. As the 1-1 swung on, hit in left field. That'll help the batting average as that'll get down for a base knock. Just the 2nd hit through 3 innings here, through 2 2/3 for the Pioneers. As Blanco's on first here with 2 outs. Next to hit here for Western Nebraska will be Bryce Peterson. As Blanco leads off of first. First pitch to Peterson is in there, is off the plate away, I should say, for a ball. Peterson, 0 for 1, flew out to center field his last time up. Check on Blanco. Throw nearly got into the first base dugout. Also resulted in first base coach Michael Babe to run away from it. Blanco He's gotten 2 stolen bases and 2 tries so far this year. As the next pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right. That's tailing a bit. That's going to land fair. Blanco rounding second on his way to third as Peterson will get into second. Blanco now charging for the plate as the first baseman couldn't handle it. Underhand throw is going to go over the head of the catcher. Peterson's going to get into third. What a wild set of circumstances there for Western Nebraska as they get their first run of the ball game. Here in the bottom half of inning number 3, it's 4-1. 64 is still on top. What a weird set of plays there as the throw from the right fielder kind of got stuck between first base and home. As Tyler Antwine swings at the first pitch he sees, it's going to get towards the left side and it'll land just foul in the Pioneers' bullpen. Yeah, the ball on the last play kind of died between first and home. Blanco noticed there was really no one close to get there, and he went straight for home. As the next pitch misses low, 1-1 the count here to Antwine. And then the throw from the first baseman went over the head of the catcher, which resulted in Peterson being able to move up from second to third because he had a double easily. As the next pitch misses low, Antwine ahead now, 2 balls on a strike. Antwine 0 for 1. Flew out back in the first. But 1-1 to him. Chopped up the third base line. It'll get foul, and the count will move now to 2-2. Antwine. He came into this game. He's played in 5 games, hitting .333 with a .474 on base. As the 2-2 checked his swing, did he go? No, says the home plate umpire, and he's not even going to appeal. Farnham behind the plate was asking for the appeal, and the home plate umpire kind of stood his ground and said, "No, he didn't swing. I'm not appealing. He did not swing." So Antwine, he's also got a home run and 7 driven in to start the year. Payoff pitch. Chopper towards third, gloved by Bryant. Throw across the diamonds in time for the out, and that'll be the third out of the inning. Pioneers get 1 off of a strange defensive play. We're through 3 full on the West Coast scoreboard. It's the 64's 4 and the Pioneers 1. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. We'll be back.
All right, Pioneers fans, now time for the taco toss, sponsored by Copa de Oro. Please give your attention to the field in front of the Pioneers dugout. Here we have our contestants.
All right, everyone, I'm here with Ashley. It's going to be today's taco toss. They're going to each rotate 2 tacos into the hula hoop, and whoever has the most at the end wins. Ready? Go. Oh, no. Oh, we got the winner. Oh, you're good. You already won. You already won. Okay. Back to you, Will.
All right, this is Haley, and thank you for the contestants. Great job. Thank you to Copa de Oro for your support of the rest of the Pioneers. This is the Copa de Oro at 2601 in Scottsbluff.
Top half of inning number 4 ready to get underway as the 64s have a 4-1 lead. It appears there is a new pitcher on the mound here for Western Nebraska. As it looks like it is no, it is not Ashton Pinedo. It is Carter Reisig. the man on the mound here for the Pioneers. Reisig from Scottsbluff. Attends Western Nebraska Community College. As he will be the one to get these middle innings going. Just 7-inning games. We are playing a doubleheader today if you're just joining us. Game 1 of 2 tonight. As Pioneers looking to make some ground here, trying to chomp into this lead. They did a good job of it in the bottom of the third. Now they need to hold the 64's scoreless if they want to get back into this game. Next a hit here for, up to lead things off for the Boulder 64's, Wyatt Langford. Or excuse me, Charlie Langford. Up to hit as the first pitch to him is a strike. It's 0-1. He looked to square. Saw Blanco charging. 0-1. Langford, no official at bat for him. Walked in a run his last time up, as the next pitch will get away. Tried with the curveball. Missed the spot, and it's 1-1. One ball and one strike here to Langford. That misses outside as well. 2-1 now. The 64's have been able to bring in 2 runs in the past 2 innings. As the next pitch also misses away. Last 3 pitches have bounced all the way to the backstop here from Reisig. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for the 64's as the next pitch misses away as well, and that will be ball 4 as Jake Watson calls time. So 2 walks for Langford. That'll help the OBP. As next to hit for Boulder will be Adam Mosier. Mosier digs in this one. He's hitting 286, 286 on base, and a 286 slugging. Definition of consistency. 4 hits, all of them singles so far this year. As the first pitch bounces away from Watson, and that'll get Langford to second base here. As it's not been the start the Pioneers have imagined. Mosier, 6 strikeouts, no walks to start the year. 1-0 from Reisig is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. It is 1-1. Reisig's made 1 appearance this year for Western Nebraska. In that appearance, he went 2 2/3 innings, had a strikeout and a walk as the next pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right. Going back on it is Quintero. He looks up, and it is foul. Real close there. Could have lost the ball. Could not see where it went. As Mosier will have to make a long walk back to home. Still nobody out here. Top of the 4th. We're almost halfway through here in the first game. One and 2 from Reisig. Bounces to the plate, gets away from Watson. He lost it, can't find it. It's rolling all the way to the on-deck circle. Runner coming home. The throw to Reisig's going to get away, and the run's going to score. Heads up base running by Langford. Good job by Reisig to sprint down and try to cover the play. Just couldn't quite field just got at the throw, get away from him. And another run in to score. It's now 5-1 in favor of the 64's. Next pitch, misses, and that's first base awarded to Mosier. Next to hit here for the 64s will be the top of the order, C.J. Trask. Trask 1 for 2 today as check on the runner. Now he's caught in a rundown. Pinedo trying to bluff him over to second. Throw to second is going to be in time. Good job there by Pickett to slap the tag on him, and that's the second out. That is the first out of the inning. As Mosier got fooled, wasn't expecting Reisig to throw over to first, and he just kind of got caught in no man's land there. So Trask is going to be the only one that Reisig has to worry about now, as Trask is swinging at the first pitch he sees, high and deep towards the right side, looking to get out of play, and it will, as it'll land in the 64's bullpen, and it's 0-1. Trask, he is from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. As the next pitch misses, next pitch to him misses. It's a ball. From Oak Creek, Wisconsin, attends Bradley University as he rips a pitch into left field for a base knock. As it'll just keep on rolling here for Boulder. Next to hit for the 64s will be Jack Gardner. By my count, the 64s first pitch to Gardner is in for a strike. The 64s have 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players on their roster that either currently or next year will be attending Division I programs in the NCAA. Gardner quickly down 0-2 as he's had a couple of foul balls. Check on the runner over at first. Trask, he'll dive back safely. Still one gone. Trask has not attempted a stolen base this year. He's not going to change it on this pitch as he swings as the next pitch is fouled back. Gardner fouled it off. Swing and a miss at that pitch, and just like that, 2 gone in the inning as Jack Gardner goes down on strikes. Carter Reisig picking up his first strikeout. Jackson Bryant will be the next to hit here with 1 on and 2 gone in the inning. Next pitch. Good off speed there from Reisig. Couldn't get him to bite, and it's 1-0. Bryant 0 for 2 today. Struck out and then reached via an error and came around to score. Check on the runner at first. Dives back safely. Bryant comes into today hitting .526 with a .609 on base. The 1-2 pitch, the 1-0 pitch he sees, catches the outer black for a strike, and it's 1-1. Three home runs and 11 driven in for Bryant this year, as he's got a slugging percentage up over 1,000. He has been the man of the hour for Boulder, as runner breaks for second, hit on the ground to Pickett. He's got it, throw across the diamond in time, and that'll end the inning. 64's get one as they extend their lead. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the 64's 5 and the Pioneers 1. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and also listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park, as we're halfway home in this ball game. Again, a doubleheader, just 7 innings here in this one. As check and see, we might have a new pitcher on the mound. Nope, we do not have a new pitcher on the mound. Jensen Planansky is still the man on the mound, as he's gone through 3 strong innings. Looking to make it 4 strong innings, as the middle third of the order due up here for Western Nebraska. Luis Quintero will be the first to greet him here in the 4th inning, as Quintero takes a look at a floating breaking ball that catches the top of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch to Quintero as he swings and pops one towards the right side. It'll get foul. Quintero from Macaray, Venezuela, plays his college ball at Highland Community College. As Highland, they're known, like Western Nebraska, known as the Cougars. They play out of Freeport, Illinois, as the next pitch to him misses down and away. At the JUCO level, in Region 4, this year they went 25-33 and lost in their sectional tournament. 1-2 to Quintero. Swung on. He lost control of the bat as it's in the air to right. Going over is Griffin, as he has to battle the sun, and he's able to put it away for the out. Make Quintero 0 for 2 today, as next to hit now will be Mikey Pickett. Pickett was able to get the first hit for the Pioneers. So he got that in the 2nd inning. First run had to wait until the 3rd. As Pickett digging in here. Talked about the Pioneers, talked about the 64's and how they have 9 Division I guys on their roster. Next pitch to Pickett is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. The Pioneers As the next pitch to Pickett catches a piece of him, he'll get over to first. The Pioneers also, they have 10 guys on their roster that attend Division I college, attend or will be attending Division I colleges. Pickett keeping his perfect on-base percentage and average. See, this is his first game for the Pios. Jake Watson will be the next to hit. He's 0 for 1, struck out back in the second. Had a long foul ball. See, his first pitch swinging, popped it foul. As the Pioneers had Tyson Logan here, but he, from Ephrata, Washington, he was sent home. As the next pitch is in there for a strike. He went home. It wasn't not for anything bad. He, unfortunately, during the second game, during warm-ups of the second game of the season against the Diamond Club Collegians, as the next pitch to Watson is hit, slow roller in front of the pitcher. Watson on his horse, throw to first, will beat him by a step, and there's 2 gone in the inning. Logan ended up breaking his nose in the warm-ups of that game, and now he decided, after that, he has decided that to go home and get that fixed. Understandably so. So 1-3 on the putout. Watson 0 for 2. Next to hit will be Bed Kern. First pitch swinging is Kern down the left field line. It'll get foul. Kern is from Baldwin, Missouri. He attends William Woods University. Also out in Missouri. William Woods, located in Fulton, Missouri. 0-1 to Kern. Off-speed pitch. Stayed really high, and I think Ben's eyes lit up. He took a whack at it and couldn't find it, and it's 0-2. William Woods University, they're known as the Owls. They play NAIA ball in the American Midwest Conference. This year they went 29-22 and were eliminated in the conference tournament. Another off-speed pitch, another curveball type of look from Planansky. Kern able to get a piece of that and shoot it foul. Stay where we're at. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 4. 64's lead it 5-1. Pioneers trying to build into it. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes from Kern. Looked outside, is outside, and it's 1-2. Pretty close on that one. That's one of those pitches where you call it one way and the other team's going, come on. One, 2. Hit back foul. Try it again. 1-2. Just saw Pickett. He's backed up off the second base. He sees the second baseman covering the bag, and he saw him kind of sprint in up the baseline. Never seen that before. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch to Kern. Swung on, hit in the air to left. Langford went in. He goes back, and he's still able to track it down with a little leap. And there's the 3rd out of the inning. Pioneers leave 1 on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the 64's 5. The Pioneers 1. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB.
And the first 100 fans indicate that it's just a football, Robert Civil. It's also a National Podcast Day and honor a podcast of the game as well. That's Saturday, 2:14, right here at 6:39 in the Phil Park Stadium.
Top half of inning number 5 ready to get underway, as it's the Boulder 64's trying to add on to their lead here. 5-1 our score in favor of Boulder, as they've been able to put up runs in the last 3 innings. 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third, and 1 run in the fourth. Carter Reisig looking to start his second full inning of work. First pitch is a breaking ball that nearly got a piece of the leadoff man. That is Xavier Farnham. Next pitch, misses it. Misses outside, missed inside, go back outside, try to get him to chase. Set him up inside, so the next pitch, no matter how far out it looks like it's in the zone. Didn't quite work that time, as the next pitch swung on, hit in the air to center. Coming in is Antoine, as that ball run up on him pretty quick, and it'll get down in a hurry, and it's a single for Xavier Barnum. Make him 1 for 2 today. Next to hit for the 64's will be Mason Griffin. First pitch misses for a ball. Griffin, 2 for 2 today, and he's halfway to a cycle. Single and a home run. Cycle in a 7-inning game. That might be pretty impressive. Next pitch gets away from Watson. He turns, and he's not even going to offer a throw down, as Barnum will advance to second after the wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position here. Two balls, no strikes, swing and a miss. Now it's 2-1. Say, folks, all Front Range League games stream on the Front Range Baseball Network on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube at Front Range Baseball Network. 2-1, swing and a miss. Now it's 2-2. The 64's, as a team, are hitting .491 with runners in scoring position. As Griffin here, he is hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. With a runner on second here and nobody out. Great spot here for the 64's. Off-speed pitch, got him, looking for a strike 3 call. Nice pitch there by Carter Reisig. Looked to be a curveball that just dropped into the corner. Beautiful front door breaker. And there's 1 out in the inning. Luke Burley will be the next to hit, as he's first pitch swinging at a fastball. It'll get foul, 0-1. Burley is 1 for 2 today. Singled and struck out in his 2 at-bats, as he swings at the 0-1, pops it up towards the right side. Peterson going over. Now it's going to be Pinero, as it kept drifting and drifting, the wind blowing Wind blowing, honestly, not too sure which direction the wind's blowing. As it pushed it to the right, but looking at the flag down the left field line, it looks like it's blowing right to left. Wind's blowing in here at Oregon Trail Park as a breaking ball just misses inside 1-0 as Cale Hamrick will be the next to hit here. 2 outs in the top half of inning number 5. Next pitch misses outside. 2-0. Hamrick struggled to start the ball game as he struck out looking twice. 0 for 2 today. He's in a good spot here, though, 2-0. Next pitch bounces to the plate. Can't get him to chase. 3-0 now. Should he get on base, next to hit would be Charlie Langford for the 64's. 3-0. Here's the pitch from Reisig. Called a strike. Hamrick thought that was ball 4. 3-1 now. Three balls and a strike here to the 64 shortstop. Swing and a miss at the 3-1, and now we're full 3-2. Big spot here for Reisig. Chance to put a 0 on the scoreboard for the first time since the first inning. Payoff pitch. Runner breaks for third. Swing and a miss. Ball's going to get away. Hamrick runs for first. Throw down to first is in time, and that'll end the inning. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Reisig as the Pioneers are able to hold the 64 scoreless in this inning. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the 64's 5, Pioneers 1. Go to the bottom half of inning number 5. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oregon Trail Park as we begin the bottom half of inning number 5. Five to 1 in favor of the Boulder 64's. As it'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up here for Western Nebraska. Ashton Pinedo will be the one to get things started. Pinedo is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to the first baseman in his last try when he led off the third. First pitch to him, catches the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Planansky still out there for the 64's. Going strong here as he started the ball game. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back. Lansky clearly a big pitch to contact guy as he's gone through 4 full innings, but only 2 strikeouts. whatever works, you know. No balls, 2 strikes. As Pinedo takes a look at that pitch, can't get him to chase. 1-2 now. Pinedo coming into today's ball game. As he takes a look at that one for strike 3 called. Came in today. He's hitting 182, but he had a 471 on base. Has not been able to get on base as he is down on strikes to begin the 5th. Just the 3rd strikeout for Planansky. As next to hit will be Brandon Jenkins. He looks to square. It's up the first base side. Polanski's got it. Underhand flip to first is in time. And quickly there are 2 outs in the inning. Say, folks, next Sunday is not only Father's Day, but it's Special Olympics Day at the ballpark. The Pioneers will be wearing special jerseys for the game to celebrate Special Olympics athletes in our area. These jerseys are being auctioned with proceeds going to our local Special Olympics organization. Watch our social media outlets for information on how to bid on these unique jerseys. We thank 21st Century Equipment for their support of Special Olympics and for providing the jerseys for our guys to wear. Kevin Blanco will be next to hit. 3rd time through the order here for the Pios as he takes a look at the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. 1-0 also up and in. Blanco shaking his head saying nope. Nope. He loves that. Just saying nope. Not swinging at it. Not swinging at that. Hitters count now for Kevin Blanco. 2-0. Inside. And it got a piece of Blanco. Just barely got him on the wrist, I think. As that was pretty close inside. Didn't really hear anything. Blanco kind of turned and winced in pain, and umpire said, all right, it must have got you. First base. Bryce Peterson will be the next to hit. There's a time to get something going here. It'd be now. First pitch to Peterson on the inner black for a strike. It's 0-1. Peterson 1 for 2 today. Flew out and then doubled. 0-1 to Peterson. As he swings and hits one in the air to left center. Going over is Langford. He's not going to be able to get there. He kind of boots it. Babe waving Blanco. Rounding first. On at third. On his way home. The ball's going to get away from the catcher. Blanco's going to make sure he steps on home. And he is in there. And it's another RBI double for Bryce Peterson. Two RBI doubles for Bryce Peterson, as next to hit will be Tyler Antwine. Antwine 0 for 2 today. Looking to change that in a big way here. First pitch to him. Inside. Thought I saw a jersey move from up here. Maybe not. 1-0. Looks like there is someone getting ready to get up and throwing over in the 64's bullpen. There's a couple. There's one person up in the Pioneer bullpen as well. 1-0 to Antwine. Swung on, tapped foul. Hot shot for Easton Babe. He can't handle it. 1-1. Planansky doesn't have a stretch. He just winds up. Check on the runner at second. He's not moving as Antwine taps another one foul. A ball and 2 strikes to him now. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Man on second with 2 outs and a run home. 5-2 now in favor of the 64's. 1-2, swing and a miss at the curveball, and that'll end the inning. Pioneers able to get 1 home, but they still got some work to do. We'll go to the top half of inning number 6. Time running out. It's the on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the 64's 5 and the Pioneers 2. We'll be back. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB.
Okay, fans, it's time for the church competition sponsored by Cooking Football. Please turn your attention by the final dugout to watch this contest.
All right, changes up today. Today we have these giant cattle with 2 players, and they're going to hit the beach ball as far as they can. Whoever hits it farthest wins. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm my name's Henry. I'm Tanner.
Okay, ready? Go. And looks like we have a winner, Tanner Doggett. Tanner,
No speech tonight.
he's a little camera shy. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thanks, Kaylee. And for my first captain, don't forget to surely have ball for you to start. And we're going to have the start to answer the pitching link to the contract. Surely hot ball.
Top half of inning number 6 ready to get going as the 64's trying to get that run back that the Pioneers scored in the bottom of the 5th. Carter Reisig still out there for Western Nebraska. As it'll be Charlie Langford to lead things off. He's first pitch swinging on the ground to short. Throw over from Pickett is in time, and there's 1 gone. 1 pitch, 1 out, and a good start here in the 6th. Next to the plate for the 64's will be the designated hitter Adam Mosier, excuse me. Not to be confused with MLB star Adam Frazier. First pitch to Mosier is a breaker that finds the zone. 0-1. Good pitch there from Reisig as Mosier just kind of let that one go by, and I don't blame him. Good slider there from Carter. Fastball that time, chopped up the third base line. Stays fair. Blanco, no, it did not stay fair. Home plate umpire says it bounced off a home. And it's a foul ball, 0-1. Correction, 0-2. Third inning of work here for Reisig, as he's only allowed 1 run here through his 2 full innings of work. 2 1/3, I should say. Next pitch. Home crowd thought that was a good pitch. Home plate umpire thought that was ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, as the next pitch tapped up the third base side. It'll get foul near the Pioneer dugout. One and 2 now here to Frazier. Reisig looking for his 4th strikeout. He's not going to get it on that pitch, as looked like he held on to that pitch for too long, and it'll bounce to the backstop. 2-2. Frazier is 0 for 1 today, as he swings through it, and that is strike number 3. Might have got a piece of it, but Watson was able to hold on to it behind the dish, and it's a strikeout for Adam Mosier. 4th strikeout for Reisig, as the lineup will flip now. 4th time through the order here for the 64's, as C.J. Trask is up to hit. First pitch to a miss is down and away for a ball, 1-0. Trask is 2 for 3 today, singled home run in the second, and then got another single in the fourth. 1-0 pitch bounces as, again, looked like he held on to that pitch for too long. Just couldn't quite find his spot there. Now it's 2-0 here to Trask. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Thought about swinging at it, able to hold back. 3-0. Bat didn't really move that far off the shoulder. 3-0. 3-0. Bounces to the plate, and that's ball 4. 2-out walk drawn by C.J. Trask, as next to the plate now will come Jack Gardner. Gardner digging in here. He is 0 for 3 today. Struck out swinging was the first strikeout victim by Reisig, as the throw to first, check on the runner. He'll dive back safely. Reisig still looking at the runner over on first. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. I don't think Gardner agreed with that. Reisig ahead in the count here, 0-1. Still looking at the runner over on first. Next pitch, hit back foul. 0-2 now. The shortstop Pickett playing right up against the outfield grass. He's expecting if he gets a ground ball, he's expecting it to be a hot shot right to him. Backing up to give him some time to react to it. Here's the 0-2. Stays outside, can't get him to chase. Good curveball there from Reisig, and it's 1-2. Gardner a lot of work to do here if he wants to get back into this count. Although you're not exactly dead in the water if it's 1-2. Runner breaks for second, and Gardner gets hit in the back. Back-to-back base runners now for the 64's. 2 on, 2 out, and that'll bring up Jackson Bryant, who has been the man of the hour for the 64's, although he's been pretty well held in check in this one. Bryant 0 for 3. Strikeout, reached via an error, and then a ground out. As that one got him in the hand. This is the sound off the bat. Maybe it hit the handle, but home plate umpire says it hit his hand. And that'll result in first base being awarded here to Bryant. Easton Babe out of the dugout. And is this the end of the line for Reisig? Just talking. Infield has come in to talk to him. I don't think this is quite the end of the line for him. Just out there to calm him down. Only needs one more out. He got the first 2 guys, and now went from 2 out, nobody on, to 2 out. Now bases loaded, as next to hit will be Xavier Farnham. Reisig will stay in there. Babe trusts him to get this final out. Why not? He's been pretty solid up until now. This is the first time he's really run himself into some trouble. Say, folks, July 7th and July 8th, the Front Range League All-Star Spectacular at beautiful Oregon Trail Park right here in Gering. The 2-day All-Star Spectacular is presented by Arrowhead Distributing, as the first pitch from Reisig's in there for a strike. Day 1 will have a home run derby featuring 1 player from each FRL team, and Day 2 will have an all-star luncheon at the Gering Civic Center and a 6:35 Mountain Time start for the first ever Front Range League All-Star game. Next pitch swung on, hit on the ground to Blanco. He'll take it to third for the force, and that'll end the inning. Fireworks will be presented by Culver's Restaurants at the All-Star Game, and for tickets and information, visit FrontRangeLeague.com or WNPioneers.com. That's FrontRangeLeague.com or WNPioneers.com for tickets and information for the All-Star Game here in about a month. After 2 outs, 64's had them loaded. They're able to lead as the Pioneers will leave them loaded. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network on the West Coast scoreboard. It's the 64's 5 and the Pioneers 2. We'll be back. You're listening. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Bottom half of inning number 6 ready to get going. Time running out here for the Pioneers as they have just 6 outs here before the end of the ball game. Again, a reminder that this is game 1 of a doubleheader being played tonight. 7-inning doubleheader, 5-2, 64's on top. As for the third time tonight, it'll be the middle third of the order. Luis Quintero, all of his at-bats have been leading off an inning. He's led off the third, he's led off the fourth, and now he's going to lead off the sixth. He's 0 for 2 today. Quintero. This year, he's appeared in 4 games. So far, he's hit .231 with a .375 on base, no home runs, and 3 driven in. New pitcher on the mound for the 64's as the first pitch from him misses outside for a ball. That's Nick Lay on the mound, the left-handed 6-footer from Thornton, Colorado. Attends Fort Scott Community College out in Kansas. Next pitch to Quintero, swung on, hit towards the right side. First baseman knocks it down. Quintero trying to get there, and he will be safe. Burley was able to knock it down, just couldn't get the flip over to first fast enough, and it's going to be an infield single here for Luis Quintero. Next to hit will be Michael Pickett. First pitch to him misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Did they slap Burley with an error on that? I don't know about that. 1-0. Chopper towards the left side. Second baseman's got it. Trask over to shortstop for 1. Throw to first will be in time for the second out. A double play turned by the 64's. Pickett grounds into the 4-6-3 double play. And from 1 on and nobody out, it turns into nobody on and 2 out. As next to the plate will come Jake Watson. Next pitch misses inside as Watson had to get out of the way of that one. Watson is 0 for 2 today, struck out and grounded out. Looking to change that here. 1-0 swung on and hit in the air to right. Going back on it is Griffin. He is tracking, and it's going to go right over his head. It's going to get down for a hit. Watson rounding first on his way to second, and he's going to get it into second with a double. 2-out double here for Watson. As the Pioneers have been loving to hit here with 2 outs. That's where a lot of their offense has come. As next to the plate will be Ben Kern. First pitch to Kern. Caught the outer black for a strike. It's 0-1. Kern 0 for 2 today. It's been helping us out in the office as well a little bit. As the next pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-1. Main thing we've been doing right now is working on making boxes and stuffing them with pocket schedules for people to pick up around the community. He's a speedster when it comes to working on those boxes. 1-1. Check swing. Did he get it? He might have gotten a piece of it. It's a strike, 1-2 to Kern. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Kern checked his swing. Did he go? No, says the field umpire, and it's 2-2. Kern trying to get something going here for the Pios as they're running out of time. 2-2. Good breaking ball, and that caught the top of the zone. Got him looking for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Quintero got it started with a single, and then the offense just immediately stifled. Under Wesco's scoreboard, it's the 64's 5, Pioneers 2. We'll go to the top half of inning number 7 as the 64's will be looking for some insurance. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB.
All right, fans, since today is National VCR Day, we have Kylie Gavin fans and contestants who can use our VCR trivia contest. Here, take it away.
All right, everyone, I'm here with. Where are you from, Casey? Perfect. So we're going to do some VCR trivia. Are you ready for the first question? What came first, the DVD or the VCR? Pretty easy. Want to start off with you. What was the last movie released on VHS? And you got that one too. Okay, last question. Go to 3 for 3. What does VCR stand for? And we have a winner. All 3. Congratulations, Casey.
Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park, top half of inning number 7 here. Final inning here for both sides. As we're playing a 7-inning doubleheader. This is game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be right back at it about half an hour after the conclusion of this one. As digging in to lead things off here for the Boulder 64's will be Mason Griffin. Griffin, 2 for 3 today. Homered in the 3rd. Struck out looking his last time up. So he's first pitch swinging, popped up towards the left side. It'll get out of play, foul, 0-1. The Pioneers have been pretty well held in check on offense here. That's been the main struggle here for Western Nebraska, is they just have not been able to get anything going on the offensive side of things. Griffin looks to square. It's going to be up the third base line, staying fair. Everyone hopping out of the way, and Blanco will try to knock it foul. I think home plate umpire says since you touched it, it's going to be a fair ball. And it's going to be a bunt single for Mason Griffin. Pinch hitter here for the 64s, as instead of Luke Burley, it's going to be Logan Carney up to hit here for the 64s. As there's a new pitcher on the mound for Western Nebraska as well, Cameron Meyer out on the mound for the Pios. Carney from Mesa, Arizona, attends Phoenix College as he hits one on the ground to short. Pickett able to knock it down. And about all he's going to do is just keep it from getting into the outfield. As it's back-to-back singles here for 64s. Next to hit is Cale Hamrick. So he's had a rough go of things. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Cameron Meyer. He's appeared in 1 game this year. 2 innings of work, a strikeout and a walk. As Hamrick looking to square, tried to pull back, and home plate umpire I think says that's a strike. That's a strike regardless, and it's 0-1. Meyer is from Scotts Bluff. Attends school right here in Western Nebraska as the next pitch misses outside. Looking to square again. Ball on a strike now. One ball, 1 strike. For his time at WNCC. Another bunt popped up towards Meyer. Meyer's going to go to third for the out. Throw will be in time. Heads up play there by Meyer as the bunt took him towards the third base side. And with a force at any base, he just threw it right to Blanco covering. And there's 1 out in the inning. So Hamrick on first after the fielder's choice. Not sure if he'll still get if he gets awarded a sacrifice for that. He's still on first. I think that'll just be a ground out for him. As the first pitch to Charlie Langford's in there for a strike. I don't think he was a fan of that call. It's 0-1. A 1 to Langford, swung on, hit in the air to center. That's going to get down. Antwine coming on. They're going to send the runner home. Throw in from Antwine's going to be cut off by Blanco. And a run will come in to score for the 64s. They do get their insurance. It's now 6-2 in favor of Boulder. As Griffin coming in to score. Good RBI single for Langford, who got his first hit, make him 1 for 2 today. As next to hit will be Adam Mosier. First pitch breaking ball, catches the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Cameron this season at WNCC, 6 games, 8 2/3, 6 strikeouts and a walk. 0-1, swung on, hit on the ground to third. Blanco's got it. He's going to go to the force go to second for 1, throw to first in time, and that's a double play. Around the horn they go, 5-4-3, and that will end the inning. 64s were able to get 1 insurance run as Pioneers now to their last chance on your West Coast scoreboard. It's a 64-6. The Pioneers 2. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park. Last chance here for the Pioneers. As it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 guys due up here for Western Nebraska. Ashton Pinedo will be the one to get things started. Pinedo 0 for 2 today. As Nick Lay still out there for his second inning of work. Trying to get this one. Trying to pick up the win here for the 64's to stay undefeated on the year. First pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Again, doubleheader here today, so this is the last chance for Western Nebraska, or else we'll move on to game 2. 1-0. Down and in for a ball, 2-0. Say, folks, all Front Range League games are on the Front Range League Baseball, or on the Front Range Baseball Network. Next pitch misses outside for a ball. All Front Range League games stream on the Front Range Baseball Network on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube at Front Range Baseball Network. 2 balls, no strikes to the Pioneers' first baseman as he's leading things off here in the 7th. Now, I talked about this at the top of the broadcast. When the Pioneers were originally scheduled to play 2 games to start out the season against the Spradley Collegians, I asked Easton Babe, what's the most important part about a 7-inning game? And he said getting on the board early, as that's actually ball 4. And it will be a leadoff walk here for Ashton Pinedo. Next to hit here for Western Nebraska will be Brandon Jenkins. Pinedo helping that on-base percentage. His average below 200, but his on-base percentage up over 450. Able to get on base. Just got to put bat to ball for Pinedo, as the first pitch to Jenkins is a strike. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Jenkins 0 for 2 today, struck out and grounded out. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Chopper foul, went off the catcher's mask. He's got to take it off to readjust. 0-2. Catcher's wearing his helmet to the front. I've seen both. I feel like wearing your mask backward, wearing your helmet backwards as a catcher, I feel like that's more common, but honestly, I'm not sure. 0-2, swing and a miss, and there's out number 1. Jenkins down on strikes for the second time today. 1-on-1 out. Lineup will flip here, and Kevin Blanco will be the next to hit. Blanco is 1 for 2 today. He singled and was hit by a pitch, and he's come around to score on both of those as the first pitch to him misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Next pitch misses high. 2-0. 2 runs, 4 hits 3 errors the line for the Pios. 2-0 to Blanco. Takes a look at the next pitch. Strike at the knees called. 2-1. Two and one. Here's the next pitch to Blanco. Slow roller on the ground to second. Trask has got it. Did he tag him out? Yes, he did. Looked like the slide. Pinedo slid into second. Thought maybe he'd be able to avoid the tag with the slide, but just barely got him, and that is out. Out number 2. Next to hit for Western Nebraska will be Bryce Peterson. So 4 unassisted on the fielder's choice. Blanco on first with 2 outs. Bryce Peterson, the last chance here for Western Nebraska. 2 for 3 today with a couple of doubles as he swings and pops one foul. One ball, one strike. Outside, but called a strike, and it is 1-2. Blanco has scored the only 2 runs for the Pioneers, and Peterson has knocked him in both times as the next pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pios down to their final strike here as they're working to get that tying run out of the dugout. He's currently in the hole in the form of Luis Quintero. 2-2. Swung on, slow roller to short. Hamrick's got it, a little trouble with it. Flip to the second baseman is in time, and that will end the ball game. We're through 1 ball game here as the Boulder 64 is able to pick up the win by a score of 6-2. Don't go too far, as here in about 30 minutes or so, we'll turn around and do it all over again. Runs Up Postgame Show coming up next. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Pioneers fall by a score of 6-2 to the Boulder 64's after 7 innings. Of course, we're only playing 7 innings. Welcome to the Runs Up post-game show as we'll break down what happened here for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. As it started out about every game has started so far here for the Pioneers, as both teams went 3 up, 3 down to begin the ball game. The 64's strikeout, ground out, strikeout to begin the ball game, and then the Pioneers followed suit with 3 flyouts to begin the game, and then so neither side could get anything going to start for the first inning. But then the second inning is when the 64's really found their groove, as started out with a hit by pitch on Xavier Farnham. Then a single, back-to-back singles by the 64's, first from Mason Griffin and then another one from Luke Burley. The other one from Luke Burley put bases loaded. Bases loaded with nobody out to start the second inning. Then Rocco Harmon, who got the start in this one for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, he was able to come back with a strikeout of Cale Hamerick. Thought maybe he'd be able to work out a danger after that, but then a walk to Charlie Langford allowed in a run, as it was a bases loaded walk, so there was nowhere to put him. Then after that, it was a pop-up by Adam Mosier, which resulted in the infield fly rule to be called, so no one could advance. And Kevin Blanco had to run over. Couldn't quite make the catch. Should not have been charged for an error for that, although he was. Put 2 outs on the board. Thought maybe, just maybe, Harmon could get out of danger. If you have bases loaded and nobody out, and you're able to get out of danger with only allowing 1 run, that's pretty special. But C.J. Trask had other plans, as he had a hot shot single that he was able to get an RBI off of. Then after that, the Jack Gardner was able to end the inning, as the Pio was able to get out of that one by just allowing 2 runs. Tell you what, if you have bases loaded and nobody out, and you're able to get the other team to only score 2 runs off of that, that's pretty solid, if you ask me. The Pioneers were unable to answer those 2 runs in the bottom half of inning number 2, as it was a ground out, then a single by Mikey Pickett, who was making his Pioneer debut. But then that resulted in a strikeout and a flyout from the Pioneers. Top of the third, more of the same for Boulder, as Jackson Bryant, who reached via an error, got to third after a errant pickoff attempt, was able to score off of a ground out by Xavier Farnham. Scored off of a ground out, and then Mason Griffin came to the plate with nobody on and 1 out, and put one into the left center field wall. Put one over it, especially as he had a solo shot. Then after that solo shot, back-to-back strikeouts for Harmon. He had back-to-back strikeouts for Harmon, was able to get out of that inning, just allowing 2 runs. Pioneers were able to answer in the third inning, as after 2 outs in the inning, it was 8-9-1 to lead things off the third for Western Nebraska. After 2 outs, Kevin Blanco had a single, and was knocked around to score off of a very bizarre play in the third inning, where Peterson hit a single, and then heads-up base running by Blanco allowed him to get in and score. Then Tyler Antwine grounded out to end the inning, and that would be the end of the line for Rocco Harmon. He went 3 innings, picking up the loss. 3 hits, five runs, only 2 of them earned. 5 strikeouts and just 1 walk for Rocco Harmon was his line in the ball game. The 4th inning was Carter Reisick time to start things off, as he had back-to-back walks, 3 straight base runners for Reisick. 1 run came in to score after the 3 straight base runners. They were able to get Adam Mosier out in a rundown. Able to throw him out after a rundown. Then a single from C.J. Trask, and that's about all he would get, as a strikeout by Gardner and then a ground out by Bryant, able to get out of the inning, just allowing 1 run. Pioneers were held scoreless in the bottom of the 4th, as the only base runner they got was off of a hit by pitch. Pickett hit by the pitch. 64's, for the first time since the 1st inning, were held scoreless in the 5th, as after a leadoff single, it was 3 straight outs, a couple of strikeouts for Reisick in the 5th inning, able to hold him scoreless. Pioneers got another run in the 5th. Blanco was hit by a pitch, and another RBI double by Bryce Peterson. Got him that extra run. That's the last run that the Pioneers were able to score. 64's and the Pioneers held scoreless after 6, or in the 6th inning, as Reisick would only get 3 innings as well. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The line for Carter Rising, and it was Cameron Meyer, the one to pitch in the top of the 7th. 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no strikeouts, no walks for Cameron Meyer. The man that got the start for the 64's was Jensen Planoski. He picks up the win. 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, neither of them earned, 4 strikeouts, and no walks for Jensen. Picked up the win. Nick Lay came in relief. 2 innings of work, he allowed just 1 hit. And we're able to shut the Pioneers down, as there you have it. Pioneers lose by a score of 6-2 here in Game 1 of the doubleheader. When we come back, we'll pick a player of the game and then have more for you here on the Runza Postgame Show. We'll be back. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KADB. Welcome back to the Runza Postgame Show here on KNEB and also streaming over on the Front Range League Network. Pioneers fall by a score of 6-2 over the Boulder 64's, as the 64's move to 6-0 on the year. The Pioneers fall to 3-3. We're getting ready to get right back after it, as go ahead and pick a player of the game. I think the player of the game should be fairly obvious. Bryce Peterson is your player of the game, but also don't want to hold anything back from or give a shout out to Carter Reising, who only allowed 2 hits through 3 innings of work. But Bryce Peterson, 2 for 4 today with 2 RBI doubles. As once again, your Pioneers fall by a score of 6-2. Getting everything going on and talk more what to expect here from the Front Range League. What's going on today here on the Front Range? We've had 4 games already completed, and we got 2 more to play. As the Fort Collins Foxes and the Spradley Collegians down in Pueblo had a doubleheader. They're already done with their doubleheader. The Foxes won both of those games. They won game 1 by a score of 7-5. They won game 2 by a score of 6-1. Then the El Paso County Miracles took a trip to Greeley to take on the Greeley Grays, and the Grays were able to hold on, picking up the win in a close one, 6-5. And of course, the other game that got finished with Boulder 64's taking down the Pioneers 6-2. 2 other games to be played as three sets of doubleheaders today, as the El Paso County Miracles still waiting on their second game to get started, and of course this second game waiting to get started here, which we'll have for you somewhere around 7:30. I asked for a time. They're going to do a couple of things on the field, and then they'll have the post game. Then they'll have the pregame festivities going on. Professional baseball on the scoreboard. There's 2 games going on right now. The Padres taking on the Brewers in Milwaukee. Padres on top, 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. The other game going on, another Saturday night baseball game. Red Sox taking on the Yankees, 8-5 in favor of Boston out in the Bronx. Some finals today. Cubs took down the Tigers 6-1, as the Cubs trying to hold on to that NL Central lead, and the Tigers trying to make ground on the NL, also trying to hold on to their Central Division lead. Reds took down the Diamondbacks in 10 innings by a score of 4-3. Blue Jays taking down the Twins by a score of 5-4. Cardinals upending the Dodgers 2-1. Giants beating the Braves 3-2. Rangers taking down the Nationals 5-0. Pirates beating the Phillies 2-1. Astros taking down Cleveland in 10 innings, 5-3. Battle for Florida. Marlins taking down the Rays by a score of 11-10 in 10 innings. Man. Then the White Sox taking down Kansas City by a score of 4-1. And then the Reds beating the D-backs by a score of 13-1. Other games to be played. 3 more games in the MLB to be played. Mariners heading to L.A., take on the Angels. Mets down in Denver taking on the Rockies. And then the nightcap will be the Orioles over in Sacramento. Feels weird to say, taking on the A's. But that will do it for us in the Runs post-game show. 6-2 your score here in Oregon Trail Park, as the Boulder 64's improved to 6-0 on the year. When we come back, it'll be the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Thanks, everyone, for watching Game 1. For everyone at KNEB, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, don't go too far, as we're not done yet. But thanks, everyone, to listening for Game 1, and hopefully you'll stick around here for Game 2. When we come back, it'll be the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show. This has been it for Game 1 for the first Runs Up postgame show of the day. We'll be back here on the Front Range League Network and on KNEB.
And it comes over to the first team at 14. People are in the heavy team. Only 64. Minus some goal team. First, 64.